Wait lang. Okay, again, good afternoon, Griselda and Basilio. So, since kamulaan na yan so this will
Good
be
afternoon, ma'am.
so this will be your final requirements for this course. So I hope you disseminate the information to your classmates, just in case may dinner question regarding to this presentation. About, however, I'm going to give you a copy naman of this, the recording of this session. So this is the, again, final requirements. So your final requirements in the survey camp, so you are going to prepare a survey returns for the parcel that you presented on the last exercise. Okay. So, ako sa base sa land survey manual, if you the DMC, so these are the survey symbols. So, gin-introduce ko la as para diri ka mo ma makuha malipong kung nananot din nakabutang nga mga symbol and mga codes because sa survey an aton plano ginhihimo tas igsasabi ta diin are mga survey symbol lang iton ginsusurat nila diri naan kumpleto nga ngaran kung ano nga type ng survey ang gikakandak. So the very common here, so the very common type of survey nga ginkakandak is for the private land service. So just in if in case yung survey na ginhimo is original, when we say original, gin survey siya for the first time. So you can use this symbol PSI kung private survey, PSP, PSM, PSN, PSU. So pag PSU yung survey number, which means that is a land surveyed by a private GE nga nag-conduct ng original land survey. So, we have also PSU-B, which means yung private survey is conducted by a GE in the government employee yung GE. Okay? Another is very common type of survey, which is the subdivision, consolidation, and both consolidation and subdivision of the property. So, if in case entitled yung property, so most of your parcels sa nakita ko because you're required to find an untitled property. So, adi ka mo masulod. So, if it's untitled property, just in case waray pagod hiya data, may dana hiya data, which means diri na ka mo original. So, ang original survey, ginihimo kung waray talaga available na data. Data means waray diri hiya nakikit-an, waray hiya data hadin or waray hiya data maski hain halams waray hiya coordinates waray hiya meets and bounds original survey iton. And inyo kay may da naman mga meets and bounds may da na description may da na technical description so diri na original survey ang hihimuon because that is an untitled property. So magiging symbol iton pag na-approve hiya may da niya CCN pag i-consolidate yung property, CCS if consolidated and subdivided, CSD kung subdivision. So for example, sa aton case, ang inyong activity, so mostly an EUS CSD because untitled property, tapos subdivision ang himuon, so magiging survey number niyo is CSD. So may daghihap ha group, right, in this class, may da grupo nga may da na titulo. Ang tangalimot akong hinadto. So, you can use PSC, so which means yung subdivision ay ginawa ng isang private GE. So PSC, PSD noon, now the old survey number is PSC, but the new survey number now is, or survey symbol is PSD. Have also PCN pag yung titled property ay na-survey ng isahang private GE. Tapos yung conduct niya na survey is consolidation. So ito. Pag yung survey naman is na-conduct ng isang subdivision survey by government GE. So yung survey symbol na gagamitin is GSD, GSC, GCS, GCN. So you can use this one as reference to your survey. So these are another types of survey, but the common one is yung mention ko kanina. So how are we going to prepare the survey return? So ginhatag ko last semester. I don't know if you still remember the requirements for the submission of the survey returns in the offices. So for the preparation of your survey returns again, so there's a lot of requirements, but the requirements are depending on what types of survey are you going to perform. So for example, this one. So, and papapakita ko next slide is the all of the possible documents that should be attached if you're going to submit a survey return. So, here is the 47. Ito yung dapat natin isa-submit pag nagpapa-approve tayo ng plan. So, we have number 1, the survey envelope with plastic cover. So, this is very essential. So, diri ka karoton ha, maski halams, makaskihaan ka po submit ha DAR, DNR. Diri ka karoton kunwaray survey envelope with a corresponding plastic cover. We have survey verification fee payment o yung OR mismo. Transmittal letter of the survey return. So, I have here na format of your transmittal letter. Papakita ko na lang. So, the last, number 4, is the original drafting film plan. So, this is the ang plano mismo ng property, ang naka-tracing na. So, that should be included. The original copy of your plan should be with the sign of the GE. Dapat kompleto siya, may indicated of naka-indicate na yung easement, naka-indicate na ang mga improvement, if may kalsada, if near Hiya River, dapat it should be indicated on the plan. Copy of latest tax declaration. That's why I urge you to look for a updated tax declaration of the property. Lot data computation, traverse computation, reference computation, boundary computation, ASTRO. Number 11 is very important, field notes with cover, duly notarized, survey notification letter, doc stamp, GE certificate, duly notarized, affidavit of private ownership, ano pa yun eh, certification fee, SINRO, certification on land classification status. So this is very important, especially if the property is under the public property, agricultural land. So dapat, if you are going, if this is needed kung nagpapatitle, so dapat na naka-attach na land classification ng property. Central Survey Authority, if in case you are going to conduct a survey on a property which is under PAHA-DNR, alienable and disposable, or public land siya, so hindi naman pwedeng yung private GE mag-conduct ng survey sa public land as long as tatagan hiyahin Survey Authority Sendro. So pwede niya mag-survey. Sendro endorsement, DAR Survey Authority, Maro and Paro endorsement. So for the DAR and the Maro and Paro, just in case your property is under pa, nakapatent pa, so under pa siya sa DAR, so kailangan nyo mag-seek authority, Sendro certification, and so on. So there are 47 all in all. So the question is, are we going to prepare that 47 if we're going to submit a survey return? So the answer is no. So it depends on what type of survey are you going to survey, kung anong klase nga tuna, ano ang classification niya, and what type of survey did you conduct on the field. Excuse lang, anay, saglit pa. Okay, let's continue. So we have here, for example, PSD. So the PSD, that is um, a survey, subdivision survey made by a private GE. So yung required lang niya i-submit is item number 1, yung may letter B. Item number 2, number 3, number 4. Ano pa? We have number 6, number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 13. So the required is yung naka-V. Si naka-X is required lang siya kung original survey, which means survey for the first time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So required kung magpapasurvey tayo subdivision survey, so dapat naka-attach yung item number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So check natin si item 1, 2, 3, and 4. So dapat meron siyang 1, 2, 3, 4. So meron siyang survey envelope with plastic cover, survey verification fee, transmit a letter of the survey return, tapos yung original film or yung tracing plan ng property o yung subdivision plan. Another pa, we have item number 6, item number 7, 8, 9, 10 hanggang 11. So ano pa yung dapat naka-attach? We have lot data computation, traverse, reference computation, boundary, astronomical computation, the field notes cover, hanggang 11 lang. Another, ano pang kailangan niya pag subdivision? We have 21 and 22. The 21 and 22 is DAR Survey Authority, MARO and PARO endorsement. So, kung makikita niyo sa property, sa V underline, which means V underline, pag ang property is agricultural yung classification. So, you need to seek permission or authority from the DAR if in that cases. So, the requirements for isolated survey is depending on what type of survey yung gagawin and the type of property or yung classification or condition ng property na dapat i-survey. So, just refer to this checklist. Okay, here are some. So, what should be, how are we going to prepare that type of requirements, yung naka-number? So, I have here the example. We have here the survey envelope. So, you can ask someone who has kung may nabaruan hira kung hain pwede pumalit hini barato tagkin sila dayton. This is a survey envelope. So ano yung nakasulat, this is not just an original envelope. Yung nakasulat sa survey envelope is the information of the lot. Ang nakalagay sa itaas is the survey number, the projection map, kung saan yung location ng property, sino yung GE and claimant ng property. So, ilang sheet yung ang transmittal mo, ilang sheet yung field notes, ilang sheet yung original plan, ilang sheet yung lot data computation, ilang sheet yung, so these are para matrace nila kung kulang ang imuhang, kulang o may nawarahan imo binsasubmit. So, dapat nakabutang. So, at the bottom, meron siyang so, complete survey returns acceptable. So, i-check anang ito hadiin are pag kulang, ginbabalik ito, dire ito pipirmahan ini preliminary examiner. So, number of lots, number of corners, verification fees, so dapat this should be complied. So, these are indicated. So, pag nakapending yung survey returns mo, dito isusulat yun. So, held pending by date, the reason, withdrawn by date. So, pwede mo i-withdraw. Pag di rin nila ma-approve or may kulang ka, i-withdraw ito, tapos pwede mo kwaon. Tapos, i-submit mo balik pag na-comply mo na kung ano't mga kulang. So, this, again, this is a sample of a survey envelope. So, next one, meron tayo dito. So, this is now the original film na kailangan natin na-attach. So, naka-tracing siya. So, may standard na size and thick ng film na dapat gamitin. So, what are the information that should be written on the subdivision plan? So, again, the technical description. First is the technical description, which is very important. Nakalagay yung mother lot. So, yung boundary ng mother lot and the sublot. So, the sublot is pag nakasubdivide na siya into two lots. So, AB, pag 3, ABC, and so on. So, for the simple subdivision survey, up to 9 lang. Maximum niya ng number is 9. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So, dash I yung pinakamataas for the subdivision survey. Simple subdivision. Another sa dapat nakalagay din yung this one. This is the tie line. So, what are the tie line of the boundary from corner 1? So, tie line from corner 1 to the corner 1 of sublot A, tie line of the corner 1 to sublot B. So, dapat naka-indicate yung lahat ng tie line. So, pag 5 subdivision, nakalagay din yung 5 tie line. So, sa sketch mismo ng property, dapat naka-indicate yung adjacent lot number, yung owner, yung claimant ng lots. So, for example, this one, lot 2757-B, yung area niya, and name ng claimant. Another, this one, so this is the another portion. So, pag ganitong case na masyado nang maliit yung space, tas kung ilagay mo yung pangalan ng claimant medyo hindi na siya magandang tingnan, napo-compress na. So, pwede mo siya iglagay sa labas. So, kung may mga kalsada, may mga stream, dapat naka-indicate and you must follow the standard on how are you going to create or to draw that. So, this is very important. Dapat ang plano ay may certification ng GE. So, ano yung nakalagay na certification ng GE? So, this one. So, pag may error, alam kung, so, I hereby certify, ano yung nakapangalan ng GE? I hereby certify that the correct bearing of line blank to blank is, so, pag may nakita kang mali dun sa technical description, so pwede kang mag-certify na mali yung nakalagay sa reference mo na technical description sa actual na survey. So pwede mo lang siya ilagay na certification dito sa taas ng survey mo. Kung may mali, so as long as hindi pa siya titled, so you can use a certification. So this certification here above indicates yung isang line is nagkamali yung sulat ng description, yung distance and bearing na iba doon sa nakalagay sa title. So, pag ganun, dapat mo ipa-follow yung nakalagay sa title. So, what are another important features of your plan? So, this one, dapat nakalagay na dapat kung subdivision plan yan, anong lot number, CAD number, anong kadastre, name ng claimant, urban code, barangay code, city, province, anong island. Siyempre, yung area, total area ito ng property, and the scale, sign signature ng GE, and so on. So, dito sa baba, yung maglalagay na is ang taga-DNR. So, this one, PSD 08-042922-D. Pag sinabing PSP, which means that is a subdivision made by the private GE, IPSD. So 08, that is for the code for region 8. So verification fee niya, which means na verify na to na survey. So nakalagay yung number ng OR. So ito na yung magiging survey plan. Next, we have the transmittal. So yung transmittal is para lang siyang checklist ng buong documents na ilalagay mo sa envelope. So, for example, anong klaseng survey yung kinakandak? We have subdivision, location ng land, yung claimant. So, ilang sheet ba yung nasubmit or na-enclose na original plan? Ilang sheet yung field notes? So, yung mga ganun. So this is on the right side. This is an example of a land classification from Senro. So nakalagay. So this is a certified that LRA pala to. So from the Register of Deeds. So this is certified that yung lot situated in that place is declared under the tax declaration number, this one, in the name of the claimant, is not titled under the cadastral. So kung gusto mo malaman kung titled or untitled ba talaga yung property, you can seek certification from LRA. So, dito mo siya makukuha. So, this one is a technical description. You can get this in the DNR. So, this is the technical description. And this one is a copy of the title. So, in your case, wala namang title siguro. Another attachment. So, this is the tax declaration of that property. Ito, this is the example. And yung field notes. So, if you're going to prepare a field notes, just write it on the AutoCAD. So, you can make this format on the AutoCAD and diretso na print in a bond paper form. So, this one also, pwede nyo siyang ilagay sa AutoCAD para mas madali yung in-edit. So, this one now is the field notes. So, sa field notes, dapat naka-indicate yung traverse from T1 to corner 1, T1 to T2. So, dapat close yung traverse. So, na-check ko sa DNR kung close ba yung traverse na ginawa. Yung mga description, kung yung corner is an old point, yung corner is a hub or tree ba, your concrete monument ba, or PS ba yung corner. So, it should be indicated in the field notes. So these are the field notes signed by the GE. So, dapat sign siya ng GE. May doc stamp siya sa baba na part and notarized by a lawyer. So, traverse computation. So, this is your traverse. So, the simple traverse computation from T1 to T2, T1 to T3, and indicated dapat yung error of closure ng traverse. So, the error of here is 0.01. So, dapat pasok siya sa... So, yung relative error dapat not less than 1:5,000. So, for this example, yung relative error closures niya is 1:10,000, which is very good. So, this one is boundary computation, yung mother lot. So, lot data computation. So, pwede nyo siya gawin sa AutoCAD again para mas madali. So, pwede nyo siya i-write in the AutoCAD and you just print out directly. So, you make the format on the AutoCAD. Survey authority issued by the DNR. So, just in case yung property na isa-survey nyo, I guess yung property na ginagamit nila Zata is public. So, they need to create this type of format na letter for authority. So, last one, we have the guidelines. So, this is very important. Number 1 for the guidelines, you need to look for a GE who is in private or the government practice. So he or she will be your GE consultant upon the conduct of the study. So bangan may mga friends ka mo, may kilala, mga older nga GE na batch. So pwede niyo sila i-ask as a consultant just to guide you in this activity. So using the parcel on the activity, the last activity, you're going to prepare a complete survey return of the lot. So assuming you're going to conduct a subdivision survey. So subdivision lang. But in cases where the corners of the lot are not visible on the ground, relocation survey must be conducted first. For this to happen, you may contact the owner of the property if possible. So, but you are not allowed to go directly to the site. So, pakianhin lang kung may dapapatanan nga muhon nga da. So, no need to conduct relocation kung pwede naman diretso na i-subdivide. So, actual field observation is prohibited, so you are not allowed to go to the field. So, the survey shall be presented in a simulation form. You may use AutoCAD, Google Earth, or any other platform for simulation app. So, parcel with not more than 10,000 square meter in area should be divided into to 4 equal area sublots. So, for the cases of Griselda, pira ka area niyo 200, 700.
789.
So, ang inyo case since 700, so adi ka mo ma-fall. So, you are going to subdivide the property into 4 equal area.
Tama.
Yung mga property naman na more than 1,000 square meter, you should divide the lot into a minimum of 6. So, the maximum is 9. So, 6 to 9 equal area for the lots. And present your output to the class on or before June 20. Since today is 19, tomorrow is 20, you have 1 month to comply this activity. So, if nagwa-wonder ka mo paano yung simulation, the simulation is just a simple way of presenting how are you going to conduct the survey in the field and what are the data that you are, kung ano nga data nga kailangan nyo i-submit. So, banga nagkakonduct talaga actual survey, but you do it on the AutoCAD or you can use Google Earth or any method na comfortable ka mo. So, just do not limit yourself on this activity. Kung may dani yung mabaruan yung method, you can use that method as long as it's kung pwede. So, any question on this activity? Any question?
Okay lang ma'am kuan. Inin LD sila namon reference kay dili kasi pwede makakuha diri in technical description na DNR kung naray kuan
Kundray GE?
kundi tapos kundi ka lot owner.
Sige. So, you can use the LDC.
Thank you ma'am.
Wait, do you have any question on the simulation? So the simulation is you can directly discuss to me how are you going to conduct the relocation or how are you going to conduct the subdivision on the ground. Tapos paano mo siya i-input sa AutoCAD, paano mo siya i-subdivide sa AutoCAD, paano mo ginhimo ang mga field notes, paano mo ginhimo ang field notes cover, and so on. So I know this is you have a group mates, so dire pwede nga and leader la and hiran tanan mabuhat because damon documents ang dapat i-prepare. So for the hinot na ka di nga group leaders, so kung pwede i-divide ninyo ang workload ng mga members kay damo yan dapat asikasuhod. So that is one of the recommendation. So base na ako nakita last time. Bagan, buti ay lang nakuan. So, for the leader, so you must subdivide the workload to your group members para mas magaan ang trabaho. And for the simulation, you can ask me directly questions regarding this activity. Bangin nako-confuse pa kung paano i-represent an output.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Waray. Ano naman? Wow. Oo, adi. Sige po. Hi, Mas Wendy, ma. Igulat lang ako saglit, ha? Okay. Mark, may the question? Brian, may the question sa activity? Vincent ko naman sa group chat and PDF. Si Lynn, may the question?
Wala na, ma'am.
Okay. So, kung nako-confuse sa activity, you can chat sa group chat. Si Lynn, may the question? Mark? So, you may start the activity as soon as possible. Kay manginda mo ang dapat i-say search na documents or additional documents.
And pwede magpakiana pa, ma'am?
Sige, sige.
Ma'am, kay ang title na nini, ma'am. So kung makuha man kami inihin certification ha kay agricultural man, makuha kami hadarhin certification nga nasin certification pati sa survey authority. Pwede kami to dito makakuan.
Pwede man, ako nga GE ang gagamiton. Ako nga GE.
Ikaw ang ako ni amon gagamiton nga GE, ma'am.
Ako ang gagamiton yung GE.
Sige, ma'am.
Kung kung nag-request ka mo, tapos diri pa haya, ay magre-request ka mo, tapos siguro usahon ninyo tanan nga grupo. Usahon ninyo ka letter kasi indicate niyo tanan lot number. Para mas madali.
Diri man siguro makakakuan kay iba-iba't amon municipal kung hadar certification iba't amon municipal tapos kung survey authority naman ibalot ta mo kuan location.
Okay, okay. Sige. So, kung basta may question, i-inform ako. So, kung bangin kasi mag-iisa, kung mag-request pa ka mga ira, tapos diri ka mo makikiwa, kawaray ka mo
Ngayagod pag request, ma'am, naabot in 3 weeks. Nada 1 month.
So, in that case, we can create muna sample format of the certification. Waray laan ay pirma, format la. So, nga siguro alternative lang nga nahurat kita ni ira igahatag. So as long as may na format, aram kita kung titled or untitled, as long as nabaro ka mo kung ano ginaan hayo ito kukuhaon ng mga documents.
Okay, ma'am.
So again, if any question, just inform me. Bale, so this is the end of this meeting. Kaya may ko pa nagulat nga dapat interviewin yung first year, incoming first year. So again, good afternoon. So I will send the copy of this recording niya. Thank you, Griselda, Celine, Mark, Bren, and ano pa na adi? June and Rosel. So thank you. Malag out na sama.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Gap, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.